Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Week 2 Swiss matchup in the Legend of Zelda Randomizer 2022 Spring Tournament. This is a 1-0 grouping within the Swiss system. Tonight we have Sidetown versus TheDoctorBlue. I am Elsoa, and I am joined by one Homer J. Smash.
Hey, Elsoa. How's it going, man?
Not too bad, not too bad. I'm looking forward to this one, and I'm also expecting a little bit of heckling. Not too much, just some.
Not by me. No heckling here. I'm just ready for this exciting match. I want to see where we're going to start.
So Sidetown was versus Lack Attack in round 1, I believe.
Yes, he was.
I'm forgetting who Dr. Blue was against exactly, if you happen to have that information.
Yeah, I don't remember who he raced. The only reason why I know Sidetown was against Lack Attack is that I called that one as well.
I'm going to go double check that real quick.
All right. Well, with this flag set, what we're looking for here is we need all the Triforces, like normal. There's no hard shuffle, so the items are going to be in the dungeon staircase rooms, except for in 1 and 2, which will have a floor item. There are extra bosses, which means hopefully we'll have lots of Patras and Gomas and Gleoks, and not a lot of Rupee bosses. And we are going to force an overworld block, which means that either Recorder Lake, one of the 4 power bracelet spots, like this one right here on their starting screen, or the 2 rat spots is going to hold either a level or the white sword item.
You know, I don't actually mind the coast as a start location.
It's not my favorite, but it's really great to have any roads right by your start screen.
I mean, right on the start screen.
What an amazing any road.
Oh, look at that one. That's not too far over either.
Total junk any roads so far.
And maybe the 4th one will be good. Nope.
No, these are, I mean, it's okay because you have start screen, which this one takes you to the middle of the map. So that's okay. I would take that over some of the other ones I've seen, but that's mostly crap.
I think
Blue's going to check northeast corner. Sai's hitting this Armos here.
You know, I think I've once seen any roads that I would actually give an A, and it was like the South Near Star, Death Mountain, the coast, and Deadwoods.
Yeah, I like to get up to Death Mountain and the corners as much as you can. Otherwise, they're all pretty much the same.
All the caves are the same cave, actually.
Yeah, we have an arrow shop, which might be relevant with the Gomas. Arrows and keys here.
Buying keys is a lot more important than it may seem. There seems to be a trend amongst this. Now, this has a little bit of confirmation bias, potentially, but there seems to be a general trend of key purchases being generally very helpful, as a lot of the seeds that we've seen have been kind of key-starved.
And Sidetown's taking this any road, taking him to the middle of the map. He's going to screen wrap here and check the Grave Armos and probably head his way over to the Lake Armos. So we're going to get an early Armos check from Sidetown, which is good. A couple of open caves over here, too.
I am half expecting it to be a ladder so that we can get a red candle off the coast so that we can have a sword blocked by the blue candle.
That would be nice. Overworld Wood Sword blocks is that flag, which means that the Armos item can block the sword. It's going to be the lake. And like Also was saying, if it's the ladder item, then if the coast item is something that blocks a cave, like Recorder, then the sword can be there as well.
We did find a sword, it's just not one the runners can pick up. Also, 74 would be large is kind of bleh.
Yeah, 74 is not what you want to see here. Here we go, we got some dark nuts on this screen. Ooh, Dr. Blue's got to be careful here. That was pretty much a guaranteed 2 heart loss there.
Yeah, you'd have to like kind of go off into the other corner, wait for all of them to show up, and then hope you can get across.
Yeah, that's one of those where you kind of just cut your losses and go ahead and take the hit. No, I like what Sai did here. He went across the screen, hit the grave before trying to get up this ladder. Oh, 25 for the medium secret is terrible. That's not what you want at all.
And 4 for the small.
Jeez.
Okay. So now that we're dealing with a poverty seed, now we ask the question of when do you buy arrows versus keys versus bait versus bomb upgrades versus blue rings versus potions versus just spend all your money to fire arrows?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, if I was Sidetown and I walked in that cave with 82 rupees, I probably would have bought arrows right there, just because arrows can be useful, and you never know when you're going to find a Goma. Of course, you don't have the bow yet, so you can't use the arrows. But I can't tell you how many times I haven't bought arrows, and then I've found the bow in a dungeon and wasn't able to fire off what arrows I could have had. Here we go, candle for Dr. Blue. They're on the coast. Okay.
That is a good find for Dr. Blue. It's going to allow them to do some stuff. Hey, it's a banana on the coast.
Yeah, I expect that to stay there for both of our runners.
I expect it to get picked up if one of our runners does a world map to the raft spot. Just because it's kind of annoying to set the world map up and then not pick the boomerang up with it.
Yeah, it's doable, but it's definitely some extra movements for sure.
And you have to consider the time loss of picking up the boomerang. Was that a bow?
I couldn't tell what that was. It was so fast I didn't see it. It can't be a B item that we would have access to, so it might be the bow.
Oh, if that is the bow, that makes the arrow purchase an immediate no-brainer.
Yeah, it is. That's a bow. It's a free bow there in the Armos. And he's got the money for it right now.
Yeah, I think you just go by it. I think you do these couple of caves to check, because, Sword is going to be in an open cave. But at some point, you gotta just go buy the arrows before you lose all your money to door repairs. Or you could buy the arrows right there. Sidetown says no.
Yeah, he's not doing it. Dr. Blue finds another take any. I gotta tell you, I definitely would have bought arrows in that. I don't even think I would have gone into that cave, to be honest, in case it was a door repair. I think I would have up-aid, grabbed my arrows. The any road takes you right to this Candle Road location. Sidetown gets a sword. 5 minutes.
What if they'll buy the arrows now? Maybe they were looking for that. They could be making the gamble that silver arrows are available outside of needing arrows, but it's a weapon that is going to be very effective against Pulse Whiz because they're in dungeons. Gomas are in dungeons, and they can block just about everything because logically bows and arrows are both available. Instead, going to opt to buy the candle.
I don't mind this. So I would have already bought the arrows. Dr. Blue's burning the wrong candle bush there. That's okay. But I think buying the first candle you see, or getting the first candle you see, is fine. This is the only unfortunate thing here, is that he's now down to 40 rupees. He can't afford it. But you can always get more money, like right here. So he's back up to, he's almost at arrow money again. So I don't know. I think he's probably going to get arrows pretty quickly, I would think. So it's probably just not prioritizing it, because he's not even really in a dungeon right now. And he's assuming that he's going to get the money to get, man, these guys are a little beefy. I don't think I would be grinding these for bombs today. There you go.
All you gotta do is get your one bomb pack and then just be good at counting. I feel like I might would have gone ahead and bought the arrows and just kind of implicitly assumed that I was going to get candle money, especially if I saw that it was only 40 rupees. To me, that's easier to get up to than 82 for the arrows when you factor in door repairs and whatnot.
Yeah, I can just about guarantee you that Sai's not going to lose this race because he didn't get those arrows. He might lose the race. I'm not suggesting that it's, but I don't think it's because of his decision in that cave. Still pretty early.
Well, now I want everything to be Goma blocked.
Having said
every item I want Goma blocked now.
Having said that, I would have bought the arrows. But let's move on. Let's see what else we've got going on here. We've got Doc Blue's going to be checking these open caves here by start. He buys the arrows. So that's going to try and get into level 1.
Both runners now do have a sword, which is quite good for both of them. Technically, the wood sword is not required. One of the 3 swords is required, but realistically, wood sword is required because white sword is not guaranteed to be anywhere, and magical sword is a large investment in these flags because Heart Shuffle is not on.
Yeah, I don't think I've had enough hearts to pick up mags, maybe ever in this. See, there you go. He's got his money for his arrows now.
Probably gonna go buy him real quick. Oh, shoot. Well, at least it has a heart. Oh, that's fun.
He's going to bomb that because it's quicker, and he's going to go buy this just in case that's a door repair, so he saves his money. Early Triforce, level 8 for Dr. Blue.
I think you bail. Sorry to cut you off.
You bail here?
Yeah, I bail here.
I think I'm going back in, trying to get a stair item. I'm fine with the bail though. It's early. And
Well,
it's a big
consider that
dungeon.
Dr. Blue doesn't have a bow yet.
Yeah, I mean he's got a sword. I would
Why would you
go.
sword Pole's Voice when you know that there's gonna be a bow somewhere in the seed unless you gamble that Pole's Voice is bow blocked? Or no, reverse that.
I guess you're right because he still doesn't have the Armos item yet, and he knows that the Armos is right here. So that definitely makes sense to go check this first.
Now I could see going back in at this point.
I probably would have personally checked the Armos before I even like started a dig into a dungeon if I was that close to it. But again, it's early enough that.
I don't think Dr. Blue's seen the Grave Armos yet either, so...
Oh, yeah, maybe not.
In their mind, it was a 50-50.
Yeah. I like to prioritize Armos more than it seems some runners do, so that's I guess, understandable. Doesn't have bombs yet, so I'm going to try and get from this Darknut here. This top of the waterfall screen sucks.
Well, this is going to be an important screen.
Makes good use of the candle and the sword to get through that, no problem. And it's useless.
It would have been important if he didn't have a candle. So the potential was there, the execution was not. Sidetown going to check out some of this coast now.
Finals and Darknuts on the overworld is not bad. Here we go. Cheap bombs.
That is a sight for sore eyes in this seed with how low the money is.
No kidding. I mean, the candle was really cheap. Bombs were really cheap. I think Blue Ring even rolled down. I wasn't really paying attention. I think it was like 241 or something like that.
I want to say 244, but
Arrows
look very similar.
Yeah. Arrows were close to vanilla, so not too much stuff is expensive, and we haven't seen the bomb upgrades yet. We're not going to buy hints, so the money's okay. They're not going to need too much money.
Yeah, the seed has been very fortunate to them on that front. Probably the biggest thing they'll want money for is just arrow ammo later.
Arrow ammo for sure. The arrows do 2 hearts damage, where or 2 HP of damage, and the wood sword only does 1. So it's an instant upgrade to your offense. And like you said, the keys, maybe that could be relevant. Key purchases. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen enough of any dungeon really to see if keys are dropping. Generally, I find that either you have keys or you don't. And it's like either you go in, you're seeing keys on the ground, you're picking up keys, you're leaving dungeons with keys, or you go in and you see 8 key doors and you have no keys ever.
Also, the bait block can never be ignored until it is seen. Or Zelda's found. One of the two.
Bait's pretty cheap too. 51's not bad. Where are the levels? I mean, we found level 8.
Again, I'm expecting there's 2 levels that are available, and then all the other 7 are going to be blocked. And all the items that you need to get into the dungeons are Goma blocked.
Well, we know that at least the 1 power bracelet spot is taken up. So your dream is dead already.
Okay, 6 dungeons are blocked.
There you go. The dream's alive. Well, we could do like the top of Death Mountain, like A2. That can be something.
Yeah, I'd be okay. I'd be okay with that. Or B1.
I thought he was buying a shield there for a second. I was like, what is he doing? Not that I care. Like, if, buy a shield if you want to buy a shield. I just thought it was an interesting purchase.
Look, the shield is either the best or worst defensive item in the game, because either you take all the damage or none of the damage.
Another take any, so we've found at least 3, if not all 4 of those already. He's going to be able to get the hearts, right? Because he bought his candle, so...
Yes.
He's going to have more hearts off the bat just from overworld exploration. And he's not hurting for money. That's the thing, it's like... It's one of those, like, he's back up as 114 rupees. He's got a candle and he's got arrows. Who cares what he bought? And he's bought, like, 4 bomb packs.
So do you pick up the letter in this case, or do you say, I'm just going to get a potion out of my final take any?
I always pick up the letter, anyways. Even if I'm going to... Because if I plan on having a potion, the letter's not hurting me at all as an inventory slot.
Assuming they find it, mind. They could just never find it.
Yeah, I don't really understand. I mean, to each their own. I don't, you do whatever anybody wants to do. I don't understand not picking up the letter. I don't understand not buying potions. Here we go, level 1. It's a good dungeon to find. South Coast.
On the letter topic, I can understand it if you've already taken a potion out of a Take Any cave and you're not expecting to need another one. But elsewise, I think it really just depends on the seed and how much flow you've got going. And if you've got 14 hearts and white sword and red ring, you probably might not be considering a potion anyway.
Yeah, okay. Well, so yeah, at that point, sure. But, at this point, I've got 5 hearts and a wood sword and a green tunic. Yeah, I'm going to pick it up. Nice that we have arrows already. We killed this Polzoids really easily. And that we've already seen them in 2 dungeons, so it's possible that they're going to be in all the dungeons.
You know what? I think this is a seed where I'd be okay with Bull's Voice in all the dungeons, because that's just a good way to make money.
Yeah, Stalfos, Bull's Voice, Ropes. Those are great ways to make money. What you doing there, buddy?
Cytown forgetting they've got the arrows. There's a ladder.
Oh boy! There's a ladder.
And
Possible boomerang, but nobody's going to go pick that up.
Oh, and the keys are 2 HP.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a surefire terrible seed if the keys roll up. But we got an early Death Mountain dig from Dr. Blue.
You know, I like it. If you're Dr. Blue, you haven't seen a whole lot of levels yet. You probably just say, all right, well, there's probably going to be a bunch here. Might as well go check.
Ooh. Look where that Triforce is in 1. I think we're going to see a staircase.
I'm not entirely convinced. That's right.
Oh, man. Are you kidding me? That's way too easy.
Hold on a second. Hey, hold on. Sidetown's leaving.
He got 2 items. He doesn't want to spend resources, so, he needs to get the Triforce, but there's nothing else in here that's going to help him at this point. Level 3!
I like this color scheme.
Yeah, level 3 found. Death Mountain. Early Death Mountain for the win.
Well, there is one other thing that could really hurt these runners, still. In spite of having red ring and all this nice, fancy stuff early. Keys.
Yeah, well, keys and blocks, for sure. Side's buying a key. He's going to take this key, see where he's going next. Heading up to the northeast of 1. So see if he goes to Death Mountain as well. He's got 5 bombs. He's going to do the grave here. Got that ladder. It's nice to have an early ladder. You know you're not going to be ladder blocked. That's always the back of my mind. It's like, I don't want to get deep into a dungeon, find a moat room. Here we go, level 4 found. So all of a sudden we found 1, 3, and 4 to go along with our 8. We're about halfway there.
Whoa!
Oh man, what a troll. Luckily you got it on that one.
I wasn't aware that... I thought it was in the Dodongo's contract that they're supposed to be as trolly as possible.
Yeah, they are, too. I think I would have gone through the shutter door if that was me, because those 3 Dodongos are going to be back. The 1 Dodongo, he stays dead forever, but the 3, they come back.
Well, yes, but... there is a possibility that Sidetown will want to respawn those Dodongos back to get bomb refill again, because he's only got 2 bombs.
Yeah, but you could just go outside. And do that if you wanted to.
Yeah, but
he's gonna be. Yeah, here we go. We got our map. Nice middle finger for level 4.
I mean, I was gonna say it's a vial of holy water, but okay. If you want to go there, there's a bomb upgrade.
Bomb upgrade rolled up. Level 3 Triforce got for Dr. Blue.
Thankfully, not Dig Dagger blocked. I do not recall seeing an item out of there.
Me neither. And our tracker this evening is Jess Andy. Thank you very much for tracking for us. Not sure. I would like to think he picked something up out of 3 unless he was blocked out of it.
I do know that I saw a shutter door with a dig dagger, but I don't recall if you saw an item before that point. Or it could have also been key blocked. Oh, hey, speaking of keys, there's a red candle.
White sword item. Red candle. I like the red candle. Especially early. It's a repeatable offensive weapon that if you get trapped in a bubble room, you're getting knocked around with something that dies to fire. Here we go. Level 9 is level 9. You can hit it with the red candle. Also, you can burn yourself often, which is nice.
Yes. And while that sounds like on paper, you'd be like, wait, why would you ever want to burn yourself? There's 2 things it enables. One is damage boosting, where you take a hit from your candle instead of whatever highly damaging thing is going to hit you in the face. And the second is it actually makes it, at least for me, much easier to force bombs because I can reset my count whenever I don't know what it is.
Yeah, the major difference between the blue candle and the red candle is the blue candle you only have one candle fire per room entry, but with the red you have 2 candle fires you can have at a time. Here we go. Book get, which in this case is all the maps with the atlas. Really nice find.
Take a look. It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow. You can see Dr. Blue using the candle boost there to get into this screen a little bit more easily.
So this is what I was talking about earlier, how the 3 Dodongos are back. Basically, the game does not flag the 3 Dodongos as a boss enemy because the 1 Dodongo, the singular Dodongo, was the boss in level 2. So he's like the master boss, but the 3 Dodongos are just like in dungeons, kind of randomly. So they're not a boss. Here we go. Triforce get for Sidetown. He's done with level 4. Heart container, item, and Triforce.
You know it's bad when your boss is relegated to the level of a mini boss later on in the game. Or maybe that's a good thing.
So that level 4 screen's interesting. It's Forgotten Spot is what we call it because it's easy to forget. So potentially could be relevant if Dr. Blue forgets it. See how quickly Sai goes up to Death Mountain since we know level 3 is up there and level 9. Still missing some more though. What we're missing? 2, 5, 6, and 7?
Yes, and that's a level 8.
Indeed, that is a level 8. We also know that one of those is going to be blocked since we found the white sword item and it was not.
Correct. The other thing Dr. Blue needs to do is they need to get themselves over to the coast to get to level 1, because level 1 has quite a few goodies in it.
Yeah, level 1 was very kind today.
But Dr. Blue is certainly handling themselves quite well without the red ring at the moment, so we'll see how much of an impact that actually does end up making. I think the latter will make more of an impact than the red ring will personally, just watching Dr. Blue's combat.
Yeah, Dr. Blue, he's good, fully able to handle himself. Sai's got the Triforce here. I'm guessing he's going to go back in.
Yeah, I think if you're inside Shish, you definitely want to go back in. At least get one item. Or
Yeah,
try to get a layout.
I think this could be some separation here if there's something relevant.
Come on, Blue Boomerang and Heart Container.
Although, at the same time, for Sai, he's got the bow and he has the ladder. So you know you need silvers, and you know you need something else. So I could also see skipping this redig. Because there's still Death Mountain to dig, and maybe you're going to find silvers and the recorder on your way. We'll see.
I think Sai is... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think Sai's going to do a one and done if the first item that he finds is something like a power bracelet or recorder that unlocks stuff.
That's what I would do, I believe. Unless I only had a few more rooms left to do, yeah. I guess it also depends on the enemy sets. If you're able to clear the rooms fairly quickly, it might be worth staying in. He does have the arrows, so these pull voice rooms are no big deal at all.
I have a feeling that the item that's in 3 is going to be important.
Yeah, so
because it's recorder blocked.
We didn't... Oh, it was recorder blocked. Oh, okay.
Well, either recorder or key blocked, but recorder blocked is more fun for us.
I missed that entirely. I didn't realize. Here we go. This is good for Dr. Blue.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of dig doggers here in this level 8.
Yup. Oh, look, another dig dogger.
This might push me out if every other room is a dig dogger.
Especially given a couple of them have potential stairs. Yeah.
All right, so Dr. Blue's going to get his ladder. I think, yeah, here we go. I think Sai was able to get enough keys in one. So as long as Dr. Blue goes the correct way, this is the ladder.
Yes.
I don't remember if Sai had to spend keys to get to the red ring. So potentially, if Doc opens up the wrong door, he might miss his red ring.
Maybe one key, but it wasn't that many that I remember. So he's gonna pick up the red potion here.
Yeah, red ring and 6 hearts, that's plenty for him.
And you know that Magical Sword is likely not going to happen given you've already skipped hearts in at least 1, if not 2 or 3 dungeons. There's the compass for Dr. Blue. They're going to opt to go the direction of the Triforce here.
Taking a look at it. Gonna try a bomb, maybe.
They're actually going back to start. Oh, they're gonna go do this door. Unfortunately, not quite what they wanted.
Yeah, this, I mean, you don't know that the red ring is there. It gets another key. Okay, that's good.
Now, does Dr. Blue go back in after getting the Triforce if they have keys? I think you do. Just because it's level 1. If something important is in level 1, it's going to feel really bad if you skip it. Jimmy.
Yeah, I just don't know because they didn't have the map, I don't think. So it just kind of depends on knowing where it is. But I am with you. I want to clear a dungeon while I'm there.
And also consider that, well, they just got the map. So now they see that, okay, there's that little one-off section. They'll probably clear out this entire block, realize it's over there, and go get it.
Yeah, hopefully they don't need any more keys for this Triforce to keep the item count the same. I was wrong too. You were right. This is a single segmented one. I thought that when we didn't have that map, I forgot that they started so far over there to the right. I was thinking that the whole thing was over to the left. There's the heart container. Gonna check. Hopefully it doesn't go through this door. Sidetown's in the area for level 3 and level 9.
In fact, is in level 3. There is a locked door that you have to take. Well, you have to take one of the 2 doors. It doesn't matter which one. Because that side of the old man, level 1 is very open, and it looks like...
Oof.
If my calculations are correct, the old man is actually in that last room.
Yeah, I don't remember if I saw it over in the other place, but it doesn't look like there's an extra room there that we're missing. So I was going to go ahead and get this Triforce here so we don't have to kill this room again. That is a key. He's going to spend it. I would, but yeah, it's unfortunate. He gets an old man. He gets an old man spouting nonsense instead of a red ring.
We'll see what Sidetown does here. It looks like there's a significant portion of level 3 that is bomb or key blocked.
Well, I assume that Dr. Blue will not leave the last item in 1 forever, unless he quickly gets everything else he could possibly want or need.
Yeah. And again, it's not like Dr. Blue, based on what I'm seeing, needs the red ring. It's really a nice to have.
Yeah, it's one of those things though where it's like, for me, I don't want to give a runner of this caliber in Sidetown any advantage for that much longer. And now Si's had the ring already for a decent amount of time. This is a potential drop room and push block room. This is the stair item. Here we go. It's not recorder blocked.
What is it going to be? It is the silver.
Oh man, oof, that is dire.
This is how shall we say, starting to become a bit of an uphill battle for Dr. Blue.
Yeah, I mean, still anybody's game for sure. And who knows if something relevant's in 8 and he goes back to 8 and Sidetown doesn't for a while, then sure. But this is going to be a hurdle to get over for Dr. Blue for sure. At this point, Sidetown just needs the blocked item, and so it's not like he's going to miss the dungeon. You know, it's like, and there's the white sword item for him. So I think he's got West Death Mountain, And then he's going to go back to 8 and clear it.
I'd like to note that I got my wish a little bit in that the 1 errors were required to get the silvers.
They were? Yeah, no, they were.
Also, chat pointing out that the book is actually coming in very powerful for Sidetown because of that Atlas feature.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Dr. Blue didn't know that there was a bombs wall down there. Didn't spend the bomb. So that's huge. And those south bomb walls are always so tricky. Especially, I find in 9 always. Man, if I miss a bomb wall, it's always the south bomb wall. Doesn't make sense to me for it to be there, and so I don't spend it.
There's no way that there is absolutely no way that there is a bomb wall in this reverse C room that goes south to exactly one room that leads to the triple magic sphere that leads to Zelda. Oh, that is what the case is. Okay.
Yeah, welcome to the new 9s. Whoops. Dr. Blue is back with his key, so it didn't take him long. Alright, this is good. This is good.
Yeah, I think Dr. Blue is hoping for something like a silvers or a recorder or blocking item down here.
So, okay, here we go. Level 2, man. Good thing he didn't waste his bomb on this, too, because he just found level 2. So what you were watching Sai was doing is building up a count, killing the 10th enemy with a bomb. The first time he tried to do it, he killed the 9th enemy, and so he realized that he miscounted or did something wrong. So that's why he killed that Dark Nut. He's going to pop open this key door here. He's going to bomb this cave first, and then head back and pop open that key door.
And it's another level!
This is level 6. My least favorite palette.
Well, of the 2 levels, which one do you dig first, and why is it 2?
Oh yeah, for sure. You go back to 2. Because if 2 has a recorder or a power bracelet or a raft, then you're going to leave 6 with the Triforce. Maybe. Especially if it's a recorder, because then you could always whistle back.
Yeah.
So these bubbles reset the count. So his consecutive counter right now is at 0 since he got bubbled. And I don't like killing the Wizrobes. Well, he gets a nice global bomb there. The bombs drop on 1, 6, and 8 on the globals. But the Wizrobes and the levers, I find them, they can kind of stack, and it's hard to tell if you've killed 1 or 2 or 6 sometimes. Gets a key, that's good.
Level 4 for Dr. Blue. They are gonna hopefully get their book here.
Look out. Oh yeah, book is gonna be great. This is the no, this was the...
This was the Tridongo that led to the Triforce.
Yeah.
Concerning hobbits.
Extra heart grab for Dr. Blue there.
This is a room.
Sees the bomb upgrade. Did Dr. Blue not get the red ring out of... He did, yeah. Dr. Blue has the red ring. Because he was like a dark bluish, midnight blue palette.
One of the things that a lot of runners, myself included, like to do is often will run with the cheetah colors change, so you sometimes get some interesting situations where red ring link is green.
Yeah, right. I always start pink, so who knows what my red ring turns me into. Sai finds a heart on the floor. This room is irrelevant.
Dr. Blue's going to go back. Sidetown is going to leave level 2.
He must have found the item, then.
Either found the item or found a block.
Or found a block. He's got 5 keys, so that wasn't the block.
Could be a big dogger.
There's the meat. We don't need it.
Sadness.
I wonder if there was 2 hearts and 6, and a 2 maybe, because I know he had 6 hearts when he took the potion.
He's got 7 now.
7,
he's only picked up 1 heart.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just bad at math.
I mean, to be fair, the hearts are not exactly... There's not like a nice little number next to them. You have to just, you know... Hope you counted them correctly and remember it's 8 hearts, not 10 per row.
Yeah, that's what always gets me. When I'm on the 2nd row, I think I have 11. I always get mad when I don't.
I have 11 hearts. Why can't I pick up the magical sword? Oh,
right, exactly. I've just learned that I can't try until I have 2 on the top row. 6 keys, 6 bombs, going into 6, where you assume there's going to be keys, so that's pretty good.
Oh, Sidetown had 66 arrows / rupees, 6 bombs, 6 keys, and level 6. It was perfect.
I hate these land mola rooms where you walk in from the left-hand side. That's so rude. I mean, red ring doesn't really matter, but still, that's irksome.
It, like, ruined your day. Your car gets the worst gas mileage when it happens.
I'm surprised Dr. Blue's killing this room. Because he's got the Triforce, and he's got the heart container.
Could be
I guess he just wanted to get out of there?
Could be that, could be looking for keys, could be that north shutter door, wanted to go into that room.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I get the key thing, but like this one you kill because you're stuck, but, you know, it just takes so much time. For me personally, that I'm going to only kill the rooms that I have to kill. Once I have the Triforce, or if the compass, then I'm just looking for stairs and shutter doors. See what this stair is for Psy.
That's kind of how I would approach it too. Sidetown finds the transport in level 6. Gonna opt not to take it just yet.
It does not bomb.
But gets the dog at the same time, so at least it's efficient.
Yeah, no, that's always a good... I like to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
By the way, Wand plus Book is the best weapon to use against land molas. End of the discussion for me. People may have their own opinions, but for me, that's the answer.
So far, not much going on here in this 6. Dr. Blue's going to get his book, which is nice. Give him all the maps.
Oh, wait, actually, that... So, interestingly, this could... So here's the thing if you're Dr. Blue. If you go to 2, you find you're blocked, you go to 6. Do you dig 6, or do you say, you know what, I still have 3 on the table, I'm going to go to 3 looking for my progression item?
Yeah, it depends on how he tracked 3. If he's got 3 as recorder blocked, then he's not going to go back there until he has a recorder.
But
he's done everything else.
But he also didn't have the map.
Yeah, that's true. And now he has the map. Yeah, you're right, maybe.
So he might say, you know what, I've got a map now. I can go check to see if there's another way to get around either the Dig Dogger or just in general in 3. And if you have to choose between 3 or 6 to dig, I feel like you dig 3, even though you've already gotten the Triforce.
This, man, these Gleoks, it's no problem with Red Ring, but it just takes forever with the Wood Sword. White Sword and Wand would be a nice upgrade.
Instructions unclear. Gave you the raft.
I mean, I would take the raft too. I'd rather have the raft actually if I had to pick.
Hey, exactly.
Doesn't look that hard. Screw that. I thought that was going to be Zelda's room. They couldn't bomb in from the bottom, and he couldn't bomb in from the side. Not necessarily, because it's 6, so you don't have to have the bombs. But it seems like one of those situations where when you go from all the different sides and you can't bomb in. There we go.
And chat is correct that you can have 2 mugger rooms right next to each other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can.
And if you do, you better have all the stuff and things.
Alright, there's 8 hearts for Psy. This might be his item. Nope.
Sex is good about doing that.
We saw the other end of the transport, so that was irrelevant. That was just kind of right by start, if you went that direction. Still no compass, no Triforce, no item. This could be the item here. Second quest rooms is on in this flag set. It is, yeah. So that wouldn't push in first quest. And that's the white sword. There you go. White sword in 6.
Well, that's convenient, but not what Sidetown was looking for.
No, he's not unhappy to have, you know, extra offense, but that's not what he wants.
I think it's going to be 8 at this point.
Well, I mean, that's the good thing, though, is that you clear out what you can. He just has a little bit left on Death Mountain to clear. I believe his overworld otherwise is explored. And then once you've done everything other than what you haven't done, then you know where you need to go.
I need to go to the places I haven't been because I haven't been able to get there yet.
Where is this Triforce?
I'm gonna say it is on Parba.
It's not this room.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Parba has the Triforce. Interesting. There's
One room above him he can't get to right now. That would be kind of neat if that was the Triforce.
Well, I'm now rooting for it to be up there, and the compass. I want it. Oh, no.
Too bad. It's right here on the floor.
This.
It's just right here. It's just
controller into the runners, not me.
Yeah, so I missed what was going on with 2.
Dig Dogger block.
2 was a Dig Dogger block.
Yep.
Well, now last time you told me 3 was a Dig Dogger block, but it wasn't a Dig Dogger block. So
well, this time we have the map.
Is this a real Dig Dogger block, not a fake Dig Dogger block like last time? Okay.
Precisely.
Fair enough. And here's level 5. So this is the last thing we need to look for that's not in a dungeon.
That is a small 5.
This is the drop 2 right here. This is where he's at. That was just a mistake. He picked up a key, I think.
Probably, yeah. Also, 7 keys is not a bad number to have.
No, 9 hearts, not a bad number to have either. Super beefy, man, with red ring.
You just, like, face tank everything in this
Like, way too easy for him. Come on, what's going on, game? Like, make this a little harder.
Alright, game responds by putting 6 blue wizard rooms blocking Zelda all around.
Yeah, but I mean, that's he's got red ring and white sword, and like 100 hearts. Oh, there we go. I would immediately want to go there. That's where I want to go. If he hasn't been in that room yet.
Dr. Blue now knows that level 2 is going to be blocked. And is now going into level 6. And this is going to be an opportunity. That's a Mugger room.
Man, is it possible that that nasty palette is even nastier on Dr. Blue's screen? It feels like it to me.
This level is brought to you by the power of teal.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this level enough that it should be like my retina should be burned enough where it doesn't bother me anymore, but it still it just gets me every time. No need to kill that Gliok for those bombs. Pooped him out.
Now, this is where Dr. Blue can make a little bit of time up on Sidetown, depending on how they route 6.
Oh, they can make up a lot of time if he finds the Triforce early and just dips. Heck yeah.
I don't think you would dip on 6, though. Well, maybe you would to go back to 3, but the problem is you know your recorder blocked out of 2 for its Triforce, so you need to look for recorder.
I mean, it's hard to say, to be honest. I've seen people do some crazy things in this tournament, so I wouldn't, especially not up here on Death Mountain. It'd take a while to get back up here. There's the compass. Nice. All the way in the opposite end of the level.
We'll see if Dr. Blue does the same thing Sidetown did and just go along the perimeter. Looks like no.
Hoping it's a Dig Dogger, right? In that bottom right? That's like the dream. And the recorder not to be here, but to be an 8.
I thought the dream was the recorder's here, but no. You know what the dream is? The dream is that this is the power bracelet, and then 7 has the recorder, and 8 has nothing.
But you want 8 to have nothing, but they both already left 8.
Exactly. Except the any key. I want the any key in 8. And then 9 to be as heavily key blocked as humanly possible.
Alright. I'll take that, I suppose. There we go. Here's the item.
It is
the magic boomerang! Excellent. Excellent.
All quail.
Come on, Dig Dogger. Come on, Dig Dogger. You know you want it.
Okay, so
oh, come on. Come on, game. Just lay it on the ground. There we go.
It looks to me like Dr. Blue does want to take a little bit of a different approach. Instead of going around the perimeter, kind of go row by row. He's going to find their white sword pretty quick. They might be really done with this level.
I mean, regardless. Oh no, this is the transport that's going to take him to the wrong place.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, the item was close to there, but down a ways. Key count's okay for both of them. So size is going to go back to 8 now. Figure out what's going on in 8. Actually, he needs to go to 1 and get his Triforce, and then he's going to go to 8.
Yeah, I feel like 8 is the only play here at this point.
Well, unless the Dig Dogger block in 2 was a fake Dig Dogger block like the last one. I think this is the only thing that's left to do.
If the Dig Dogger block in 2 is a fake Dig Dogger block, then the map lies.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's gonna go back to 8 for sure. And unfortunately for Dr. Blue, he is doing exactly what Sidetown did, so he's not gonna make up any time here.
Yeah. So for those just joining, the big difference between the two runners right now is Sidetown has already done 6 and 5. So it has a little bit of a dungeon lead, but also has the silver arrows out of 3, which Dr. Blue has the Triforce out of at this point. Therefore, Dr. Blue really doesn't have a good reason to go back there.
Yeah, at this point, Sidetown has a commanding lead over Dr. Blue. To be clear, he's a dungeon ahead of him because Dr. Blue still has to go to 5. He had the 1 Triforce, but now Sai's got that, so he's going to go back to 8, and he knows that the item that he needs is in 8. So even if he finds the power bracelet, he's probably going to keep digging it to get both of them. Maybe not. I could be wrong about that, but I probably would. I would stay in 8. I would pull 2 items out of 8, regardless of what the first item I pulled out.
And it is... the window for 9 to do its job of equalizing things out in every possible way, shape, and form is not necessarily as large as it might normally be.
Although, having said that, the Lack Attack Sidetown race was exciting because of 9. Sai didn't have the ladder and found Zelda right at the time that Lack was getting his last Triforce. So Sai had a pretty sizable lead on him, but he could not get to Zelda from the direction he found her. So he had to walk all around 9 looking for another way. Dr. Blue finds Zelda's room in 6, and Sai's back in 8.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Zelda in a horizontal shoot where you have to go through 2 magic stairs to get to the correct horizontal. Vertical shoot. You can't actually get her in a horizontal.
You might see that. You know, I want to amend something I said earlier. If I pulled a raft out of here, I would go check the raft spot that's like 4 screens away. But then I would go back to here. Yeah. Also, the any road's not far. Oh man, here it is right here. Right? Or is this the transport? Okay, it's just the transport.
Right.
I would take that, right? See if you pop out in a dig dogger?
I would take it just to see if I end up in that stupid little finger up at the top.
He could clear all these quickly though, because he just needs to worry about doors rooms that would push. So no need to kill extra enemies.
Yeah, like the only time you're going to clear a room is, as you just mentioned, either a stair or if it's a shutter door. Right.
Yeah, you need it for progression. And he set 7 keys, so even if he burns through a number of keys here, he's doing okay. 22 doesn't have a lot of rupees, and it's not really going to get much more, but I don't think he's too worried about money at this point.
No, especially because you can just, if you really need money, just either farm Bull's Voice or go play money-making game.
Or you can do what I did when I was a kid and go to the graveyard. This is probably going to be the other item.
It's an item.
There we go. Reporter. So now you bail because you have the Triforce here.
Yep. You go to 2, you get your Triforce and item out of there. But
yeah.
Go check the recorder spot while you're there.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer. You're 4 screens away from Recorder Lake.
Have a tech clip through the entirety of the level 6.
If level 7 is vanilla, like level 9 was, then this situation gets even more dire for Dr. Blue as Sidetown finds whatever's here. Dr. Blue gets his white sword out of 6. Still needs the Triforce. This is not it. It is the other item, as advertised. Sai's just going to leave that there. No mags check. Sword? Yeah, no mags check. Doesn't want to spend the time to get it.
I mean, you got rid of your white sword. You're fine.
I think mags was close to start, would be the only reason why I would perhaps get that.
And the reason Sidetown didn't grab a potion is they've already got a potion from a Take Any Road, Take Any Cave, so it's not like they need a potion.
Why is he going back to? He's going back to 2.
Well, there's an item in
because he has the recorder note, of course.
Yeah, the fake Dig Dogger block.
The fake Dig Dogger block, yeah.
That's not a real Dig Dogger, it's not an actual sea urchin.
This is a great play because this is going to take him no time as Dr. Blue finds the Triforce in 6. Yeah, look at this Dig Dogger block. Like I told you, this is a real Dig Dogger block. Couldn't be any realer. This item could be anywhere.
He skipped the compass.
So we didn't have the Triforce compass or item.
Okay, I understand it kind of because, you know, you've only got like 6 rooms left in this too. But it's a compass.
Listen, he doesn't want to walk the 2 seconds that it takes him.
Okay,
Hey,
look,
frames
not
matter.
picking magical sword I
There we
can
go.
understand. Not getting the compass just seems silly.
There we go. Okay, so now we're good unless the raft is an 8. So if you're Dr. Blue, you gotta hope that the raft is an 8, and that he does 5 insanely fast, and that he goes to 8 and gets the raft and bails and goes to the raft item.
And then the raft
level.
dungeon is not recorder blocked.
Right. Yeah. And level 9 as well.
Or actually, you want the raft. Actually, no. If you almost want the item in 7 to be recorder blocked so that you don't ever go after it.
Oh, the item. Yeah. Yeah. The item can be recorder blocked for sure. As long as the Triforce is in, yeah. Here's the max check. So yeah, so he should have picked up that heart, I guess. Yeah, if he was going to spend the time to get to look for magical sword. Yeah, if that was in the realm of possibility.
Mm-hmm. And there's level 7.
Yeah. This is going to be tough. It's still possible. I've seen crazier things happen for sure. But it's getting worse by the second here for Dr. Blue.
We just need the triple magic stair level 9. Problem solved.
He still has to go back to 3 and get his silvers. So he might go to 9 instead. I mean, I wouldn't. But again, you never know.
If you feel like you're behind, you might make that gamble.
Yeah.
But it depends on how far behind you feel.
Absolutely. Well, so we'll see how long. The other thing is, if Sai's in this level 7, you know, if he full clears it and it ends up being past a transport, and Doc Blue is able to like 3-room it or something, and then does the same thing in 9, well,
no.
There goes that dream.
But that's pretty close to start.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless, Sai's been in here for, unless he can't get to it. I don't remember if there was a south door there or not.
Well, there's a south door here and a west door there.
And there's the, yeah.
And there's probably the item. Nope.
Okay, it's just the transport.
And the item is not going to be relevant here. Even if it's the magic key, which is probably the best item that's out there, it's not worth digging out the magic key out of the 7.
Yeah, I think...
on 8.
Yeah, any key or the heart container, since you're right next to magical sword and you just checked it once. So if there's a heart container, maybe you spend the extra 20 seconds to go pick up, and then really kick yourself when you can't pick it up that you didn't spend the 4 seconds getting it out of Recorder Lake.
Exactly.
All right, well, Triforce assembled. Sidetown's going to 9.
I kind of want the whatchamacallit, the magical sword to be 12 hearts now.
I for sure want Dr. Blue to check. That doesn't matter though, honestly. It's good for like laughs and for us to make fun of Sidetown, but like he's not going to lose this race because he's got a white sword instead of a magical sword.
Oh, absolutely not. And rendering white sword is plenty enough to go into 9 with anyway. That's a start location in 9.
I hate these. If I pop up here in 9, I know I'm in for a bad time. Immediately. Full stop.
Town's going to be listening for the roar of Ganon and looking for a shutter door that either immediately opens if Ganon's been killed or never opens if Ganon hasn't been killed. Well, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, you got the debated there by the Wallmasters.
To be fair, I have my own personal issues with Wallmasters that, you know.
Oh, who hasn't? I get Wallmastered like once a seed. It's like a rite of passage.
I have a problem where they don't spawn when you pick up a clock, but you want to pick up the clock because there's like 3 blue Wizrubs in the room and you want to kill them easily, but there's also 2 Wallmasters.
Dr. Blue gets a Triforce on 5. So where do they go? They still have 3, 8, where they don't have items.
I think you go to 3 before 8.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why he's walking, would be my guess.
But it looks like first is going to be a magical sword check.
I think you are correct.
And I don't disagree with it at all.
No, you're right here. Yeah, I think this is smart.
And then burns the old lady.
Alright, so Sai took the first stair. Didn't take this one, but now is. Let's see where this pops him up.
So we know the raft is in one of 7 or 8. We don't know which.
Is not killing the Dig Dogger, which could mask the roar of Ganon. Dr. Blue is back in 3 and sees the map now. There's the Dig Dogger kill for Sai.
And now realizes, hey, there's bomb walls down there.
Yeah, probably frustrated actually by the map. It's one of those, you know, is it going to be good for me that I find the thing that I need? Yes, but then I could have had this so much earlier.
So that does bring up a question, though. At what point do you just start checking for bomb walls blindly?
I often do. I mean, it shapes. So if I have the bombs to spend, and I get to a dead end, whether it's a down dead end or an up dead end, I'll bomb in that direction. Oftentimes I'll bomb in all the directions, because you never know. Because the map is supposed to be accessible, but it's not. Oh, hello! Hello! That's a compass.
It's going to tell us where Zelda is up over in the corner.
Oh, she's right there. He was right up there, too.
Yeah, but you kind of need to kill Ganon. Okay, so I want Ganon to be in that, like, one-off room on the far right, and the only way to get to him is via magic staircase due to a shoot room.
Silvers for Dr. Blue, which is good.
Either max bombs or
yeah,
money.
It has to do that.
It doesn't have to. We can go a different direction.
He could, but, you know, he's going to be aggressive down here in this one-off little section, for sure. Building up a count again.
So now Dr. Blue knows they need to go to 8. And that's a great stare.
Oh, man. He's like, God dang it. I could have kept my bomb.
Why? I would just be asking why this game needs to do that. Oh, Dr. Blue did pick up an extra room.
Yeah, we're gonna see it right here. He picked up the heart in 3.
If this is the 12-heart magical sword.
There is the force bomb for Sidetown. And there's the magical sword grab. Wand in 9. Lots happening. Lots happening.
So now the first question we have to ask is why Sidetown didn't pick up the heart.
We can, indeed. Can indeed. Well, I mean, who knows? There might be something else that happens that will make it less relevant. But we know where Zelda is. We're at a 0 on the bomb counter. Trying to find Ganon. We're just finding all these amazing stairs. Back to 0.
Oh, this room exists.
This room exists, yeah. There we go. Could be up in that top left.
That would be terrible.
Oof.
Well, it'd be great for us, but terrible for Sidetown.
Has to use a bomb to get up there to check. Could get a global here. There we go. That's easy. Oh, there we go. Ganon's right here. So then you go up and see if you can bomb that wall.
Dr. Blue's window is now extremely, extremely short. Probably too short.
Oh yeah, this is. I mean, crazier things have happened, but I think Sai's whole system's gonna have to crash for Dr. Blue to have a chance at this point.
I'm still holding out for the triple required magic stairs, even though I think we've seen 3 stairs.
Because I mean, at this point, anything that's gonna be so trolly for Sai to lose a lot of time, Dr. Blue is also going to have to do when he gets to 9. You know, it's like the other runner still has to do the other thing. But no, I think this one's GG. I think especially if this wall up here bombs, it's over.
Yeah.
Needs those bombs.
I guess the other thing that Sidetown could be stuck with is running out of bombs.
The other item in 8 was a heart container. Dr. Blue found it first, but that was not as relevant. So the raft, you know, that was the dream. If that had been a raft, then it was possible. But there's the door. We already know this is the way to go in. Get your GGs out in chat for Sidetown. It's 7:36.
Sub-hour in this flag set is not common by any stretch. So that is an extremely fast time.
Yeah, no, that's a flex. He's putting you on notice. You're unaware of what's happening.
And suddenly I'm okay with being in the 0-1 pool.
That's pointing the bat out to left field. I've seen this movie. I know how it ends.
And Night
GG for
Shyamalan shows
Sidetown.
up and tells you Bruce Willis was the bat the whole time.
This was a well fought race. This was good. Dr. Blue really hung in there. You know, he has nothing to be ashamed of. That was he went in all the right places. Just didn't have the book out of 4. Probably was, I think, even more than the Red Ring. I think the Atlas is what really gave Sidetown more of an edge.
And you can't blame Dr. Blue for saying, okay, well, I've seen a Dig Dogger. I've seen a bunch of rooms of 3. I have no reason to assume that there's a bomb all anywhere. Like, the call to leave 3, it's not a bad call on paper. It didn't work out in the seed, but a different seed, it would probably work out.
Yeah, and I don't remember what his bomb situation was at the time. We are joined in chat by our Victor Sidetown. GG, sir.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate it.
That was a well-fought race. Good job, man.
What'd you say?
I said you got really lucky, and you right-ordered the heck out of that, and
I'll take it.
You would be surprised to know that Magical Heart was 12 swords.
Oh, the sword?
Yeah, the Magical Sword was 12 hearts.
Oh, nice. I had 11.
you could have had 12.
I could have had 12. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, we wanted to tease you for that a little bit.
Whatever. I don't care. I always try to leave it take any.
We're also joined by Dr. Blue, GG's as well.
GG, Dr. Blue.
Good game, Sidetown.
Hey, good game, Dr. Blue. How far along did you get in that pig?
I got every Triforce except 2 and 7. I was digging 8 for whatever was blocking level 7.
Yeah, you were right there. You found the container heart, which Sidetown did not find in 8. So he was able to go in and find the recorder kind of right away on his re-dig of 8. But you all kind of did the same sort of thing in terms of where you found, what you dug. I will say that Sidetown found 1 and 4 earlier than you did. So he had Red Ring, Ladder, and then the Atlas. So when he went into 3, he was able to see the map and knew to bomb down to get his silvers, whereas you didn't have the map, weren't able to do that. So just kind of one of those situations where you've got a runner who's blazing fast and then also kind of gets things in a better order than you do. So it's a tough wombo combo there.
Oh yeah, that was exactly why I bailed on 3 initially. I was like, you know what? I might find the book. Rather than trying to bomb every wall, I'm just going to come back later.
Yeah, totally. I think that was a smart thing to do. I think your move to bail on 8 was fine. Like everything that I don't think that you made a wrong move in this. I think that you ran a good race, and it's just kind of sometimes you go up against the buzzsaw, and in this case, the buzzsaw was some hick from Indiana named Sidetown.
Hey, it's an Amish hillbilly. The last name is Yoder. Don't forget it. And so if you ever watched the Tim Allen Amish movie from the 90s, they have my last name. They took it. So there you go.
I think we were pretty good at loitering at least, though.
There you go. Yeah, no loitering.
God dang. Yeah, they could have backed off a little bit. I screwed up and didn't buy arrows the first go when I could have, and then I was hitting all the pay your rents, and now that I lost money.
Yeah, we thought that was dumb, but it's like oh, he's gonna up A and go buy those arrows. No, he's not.
I'd like to note that J Smash at the beginning of this said he wasn't going to heckle anyone.
He lied.
We're gonna wait until at the end.
Yeah. All I can say is I was figuring Smash, Alsoa, and all of chat were like, "What a bonehead!" But I didn't care at that point. I'm just running, and then I also killed a stupid bunny with a sword when I had.
Yeah. It's like, he was like stuck on the wall, and you were stabbing him with your wood sword. What's he doing?
You could have done that a lot faster.
I snapped up arrows the instant I was in the shop with enough rupees.
Yeah, Doc Blue, actually, he had it before he had the bow, which I commend. I love that play. That's what I like to do. Sidetown got the bow and then left the arrow shop with 100 rupees. Like, I'm going to go lose these rupees. Let me go spend them on something else.
It took me getting a ladder, red ring, and a book as my first 3 items in dungeons to win this one. So let's just be clear on that one.
It was wood arrow required too, which is nice.
Yeah, that's always fun.
How was level 9?
I did the wrong route in 9. If you go the good way, you're fine. But I took the scenic route.
It was one of those where you start up in the top right instead of down, which is usually transport stair heavy. I find this one didn't seem too terrible, but there were some bottlenecks that could get you kind of stuck.
I dove the first 2 staircases, and on the second staircase, if I go left, I'm gonna be done in with a 3-minute 9, and I went right and had myself a 7-minute 9. So
you gotta check those corners, man. Go to the corners.
I butchered it.
But hey, when you enter 9 at what looks like about 50 minutes, you have the time to spare most of the time, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Once I got the recorder out of 8, I blew the recorder lake just to check to see if that was a dungeon or not, and it wasn't. And I knew I still had an item left in 2. I almost forgot about it. And I was like, oh wait, I can go back to 2, get down south of it.
It chained. That's awesome. Did 2 have PB or the raft?
PB, yeah. And then 7 ended up being the power bracelet spot near the grave, so it was right near where I was. So worked out real good at that point.
Yeah, Death Mountain was a dungeon hotspot this time.
Oh my god, I saved it. I was mad.
I'd like to note, Sidetown, you managed to pull off the one thing that I wasn't expecting, and that was to skip the compass when you didn't know where the Triforce was and do.
Oh, I only had 5 rooms left. I didn't care.
Yeah, it made sense. Just,
Yeah.
My Z1R training is, there's a compass. I should pick that up.
Yeah, I still had an item to get and the Triforce, and there was 5 rooms left. I was like, I was already heading down. I just didn't want to stop my momentum at that point.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily a bad play. I do think it would have been hilarious if the Triforce room was like some crappy room that you had to clear all the stuff out, and then okay, do I go ahead and pick it up now, or do I risk getting locked in with? Although I guess at that point you were boss proof because you had the recorder and you already had bow and arrows.
We were pretty solid at that point. It was a real downhill quick. Less than 10 minutes to get the last 2 Triforces and Ganon and Zelda.
You were just sprinting with your hair on fire at that point.
The no hair that I have, that's right.
Which is why I thought it was fine that you left to take any, and then I thought it was curious that you went ahead to stop and check to see if Magical Sword was gettable. But you don't, to each their own.
I'm not smart enough, guys. That's just the way it is. If it had been a raft, I wouldn't have looked dumb.
Every time I was walking through desert, east to west, I remembered halfway through, oh yeah, there's a take any road. Right at the start screen. You just hop on over there.
Yeah, how about that? That take any... in a way they were kind of junky, but it being right there, at least it took you to Candle Row. And then there was another one that took you northeast of 1, which saves you, walking through the desert.
Yeah. I used it quite a bit, but it wasn't that great either, but yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, it being in up A territory makes it really convenient.
Yeah, so I also had 1 really early, and I had both items, ladder, red ring. I didn't have a key, so I just bailed, left it. And I'm 2/3 of the way through all the Triforces, and I'm at the start screen. I'm like, oh, I forgot about 1. Because I looked down at my paper, and there's no Tringle in the Tringle spot for 1. I was like, oh crap, I gotta get back down there.
Oh, nice. I actually left. Oh, sure. I actually left 1 after picking up 1 item and the Triforce, bought a key, and came back to get the red ring. And I was kind of glad I did.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I was a little worried that you. This was before I think this was when Sidetown was getting the book. But I was a little worried that if he's going to have red ring for the whole race and you're not going to have it at all, that's just, again, you don't want to give an advantage to a really good runner. You want all the advantages. So I was hoping that you would keep pace with them item-wise.
See, you're nice to me now. I know you weren't nice to me in this chat. I just know it.
I was not mean, actually. Oh, it's not mean.
I can verify that.
That's amazing.
I wait till later, then I'd make fun of you. Nobody's
Oh, here it's
watching.
nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's all good. But anyway, I think I'm gonna step out, but I just want to say thank you to everybody here, Smash, and also even Smash, and Jess. Thank you. Appreciate y'all taking time out for us and all this fun stuff. So we'll see you again next week, I guess.
Yep, good race.
Absolutely. Good race to both of
Dr.
you. And
Good
GG to both of you as well.
Yep,
It's a
GG.
fun race. It was good.
So I think that's gonna about do it for us. As has been mentioned a couple times in chat, we do have another race coming up at the top of the hour, and that is going to be Chess Jerk versus Truant Gamer, where I guarantee you there will not be a heart skipped.
That's a great match. Go watch that. That's good. That's going to be an amazing race.
Yeah, that is. I expect that race to come down to like a minute or two.
Yeah, both of those guys are really good runners. So that's like, get your popcorn ready. Must see TV, in my opinion.
And if you have surround sound, use that. I don't know what it'll do, but you can use it.
It'll surround you with sound.
But will it change Ganon's sound to come from the direction that he is? Because that would be quite immersive.
That would be cool. Yeah, the 4 dimension.
All right. Well, with that said, thank you to our tracker Jess Andy for pushing all the buttons. Thank you again to my co-com Homer J Smash for yammering about Zelda with me.
Always a good time. Thanks for having me. This is great. Not that it was your decision, but thanks anyways.
Absolutely no problem. And thank you again to the SpeedGaming family channels as well as the tournament admins for putting on all of this stuff for us and really bringing this tournament together. With that said, I'm Elso, and we will see you on the next race, which again is coming up at the top of the hour.
Take care, everybody.